Welcome to Salaam Nerds Podcast. We do reviews and recaps of nerd culture, reality TV, and current events from this week.
Yo, it's Salaam Nerds. My name is Neebz, aka E616, and I'm here with my boy Chad.
We drop live episodes on YouTube on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. All episodes can also be found everywhere podcasts are found. Thank you to all our supporters. Please help us by subscribing and leaving a good review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yo, Salaam Nerds. This is your boy Neebz, aka Neebz, and I'm here with my co-host Chad, aka DJ Smackdown.
DJ Smackdown. Is it because y'all went to Smackdown?
It's because we went to Smackdown, bro.
How was that?
It was amazing. Nuv, how was it for you?
It was great. It was fantastic. Yeah, we'll get into it.
All right, we're going to get into it. This will be fun. We'll welcome everybody to Salaam Nerds Weekly. This is the podcast that we do every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. We're a little late today. Started at 10:40, but that's fine. We will be talking about all the current events in nerd culture and TVs and movies. And then we also, talk a little bit about nerd fact and stuff we have going on in the week. Speaking of stuff we have going on, Jess, what have you had going on this week?
Oh my god, I had a terrible week. I had an eye infection for like a couple of days.
We know, we heard about it. That's why you couldn't make the Acolytes episode.
Yeah, which by the way, how did that go? I still haven't had a chance to listen to it.
We talked about it, and there were some interesting discussions. We kind of went back and forth a little bit. It was Swara was on it, and he has very different opinions than the rest of us.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna listen to it because
listen to it.
Yeah.
We shared a lot of your sentiments. I feel like you and me were a little bit on the same page, and Swara was not. So he was able to contest our thoughts, and he brought some really interesting points.
I love it. We're not like one size fits all. We're gonna have differences of opinions, and that's okay.
We like it.
I love
it.
We
like it. Yes. And Nuv, how was your week? What was going on?
Other than going to SmackDown on Friday night, not much, but that was a big thing, and that was exciting time. Good time.
Yeah. Listen, let's do it. Let's talk about it. So, I never been to a wrestling event before. That was my first SmackDown event, and it was pretty exciting. I didn't know what to expect, but I was pleasantly happy. I was really surprised. I did go to a Hell in the Cell match a long time ago, and I did not enjoy it. This was a very different experience. I think wrestling now is so different than it was years ago. I feel like it's a completely different animal. It's changed. The audience changed. The theatricality is different, and it's really, really cool. What are your thoughts about that now?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely evolved, and I think with the kind of rejuvenation of wrestling, or WWE specifically, in terms of the content and the storytelling of it, I think the fans have become even more invested. And, obviously, the more invested you are, the more excited you are. And when that energy is like all around, then it just makes the overall experience, especially live, even better. Because I have been to shows where people are kind of low energy, right? We're not excited about what's going on in the ring and different kind of things. And it's then hard, because if you're one person in front of with 15,000 people just chanting your thing, it's kind of lame. But if you're one of 15,000 people chanting, F you Solo or something, then it's hype, it's exciting, it's fun. So yeah, there was the past 20 years that you haven't really been watching, and part of it you missed the time where it was kind of on a downward trend, actually. So you've come back at the right time.
No, that's cool. Jazz, you got to get back into it, man. You got to come to an event one of these days. Maybe we'll go to one in Houston.
It sounds just like the South Park episode where they were making fun of wrestling. Is this really just theater for older people?
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
true. Because and the wrestling fandom is literally the same as the Comic-Con fandom. Like, there's no difference.
100%.
It's literally the same. Like, nerds who go to like see comic books and nerds who go to like see wrestling are the same exact people, and they smell the same. They look the same. It's like
No God.
there's no difference. There's no
Yeah.
difference.
No, but and I mean the wrestlers. A lot of wrestlers do show up at different cons now. Like I
Yeah.
met CM Punk twice at these different cons, and when I went to New York Comic Con in 2017, I met people like Diamond Dallas Page and Christian. I think it was. I don't know. There's a couple like because like you said, not only is there overlap in the fandom, but wrestling is basically a comic book come to life, right? You have these larger than life personalities wearing these bright costumes, big muscly people or super athletic, have these extraordinary abilities. And what do? The whole story is around them fighting. It's literally a comic book come to life.
It literally is. I totally agree. Thing that I thought were really cool was in the beginning and how they put the mats together and how they put everything together. I thought that was cool. I didn't know they take it apart and put it back together, which explains how they can hide people under the mats every now and then. Because
Yeah.
I was like, yo, was Undertaker in there for the whole 3 hours? Like, was he underneath the ring? Like, what happened, right? And even the parts where I feel like the people from the crowd they come from the crowd and they sneak into the ring. Like, I was there at the event and I still didn't see it coming. When we saw like Indy Hartwell or whoever she
Right.
was,
Yeah.
and she came through the ring, I didn't see it. That just came out of nowhere. And I thought that was really cool. I feel like they have a lot of things in place where that it doesn't ruin it for the live audience, even though you're not there. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's all about it's part of the production process, and like when someone is going to interfere or something, it's very like right before the spot is about like intended to happen, right? So if the match is
Yeah.
like 7 minutes long and at the 6 minute mark that's when they're supposed to come in. So they're like probably at like 5:30 they're starting to run down the ramp and everything. So that so it's like it's such a well produced show because that's what it is. It's a TV show.
It's a
People
TV
like
show,
to
sure.
call it a fake sport, but it's a TV show. And if you look at it as a TV show with characters and stories and segments and acts of the story, like it makes so much more sense. And I think it's way easier to like appreciate than like, oh, this is people fake fighting, right? Because
Yeah.
when you think of it like that, it sounds silly. But if you think of it as a television show where like you're watching whatever Arrow on CW, right? It's the same thing. It's like, okay, this is when this is gonna happen, but it's theater, to
Yeah.
Jazz's point, right? And so it's live and you can't screw things up, and obviously botches happen. But
Mhm.
like there's so much to it of like the fact that it's live, there's the pyrotechnics, the lighting, the sound cues, like when someone's music hits and everybody just the fans erupt. The fans as well are like so pivotal to the show, as I'm sure you noticed by going on Friday.
No, true. The fans are very like they're the third person in the ring, where it's like we see what's going on, and it's really interesting because sometimes they're a little unruly. Like, I was there, and there were some really mean things being chanted, and they had to cut that out when I watched the actual footage. I was like, oh, my brother was texting me. He was like, hey, what are they saying? What's the crowd saying? Because like everything's bleeped out, and they were saying like F you Solo, and they were saying holy shit. And it was really, really funny. They had to blank out all this stuff, which is really cool because, like, I didn't know these were the things that people were chanting. I also didn't know that there were dark matches. So Jazz, there's things called dark matches. So like before the show starts, there's like a match that kind of like warms up the crowd, and then after the show, there's like two matches that are kind of like the after show match, which is kind of like an encore presentation. So like a concert, you go to a concert, you have somebody like do warm up the crowd, and then you have like the encore at the end, right? So it's kind of like that. What I thought was really cool is that Cody Rhodes came back, who is like the main face of like wrestling right now. And he came back and he took pictures with literally every single fan. He didn't just take like 4 or 5 pictures and leave. He was down there for a good like 30 minutes just taking pictures. That was really crazy. So it's nice to see that someone was doing that. I kind of like was like, oh, should I have gone down and see that? And I was like, you know what? Maybe for Sami Zayn. I don't know about Cody. Cody's cool and all, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I like that. That's good to hear that they haven't forgotten the fans, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I feel like wrestling is one of the things where like they appreciate the fans the most. Like I think John Cena has the world record for most like Grant to Wish foundations for like
Yes.
kids and stuff. And like
Yeah.
even like, you know,
Most
the
Make a Wishes.
most
Yeah,
make a
most Make a
wishes,
Wish.
right?
Yep. Yep.
And like so many other ones do the same thing, which is really, really cool. And I think like it's really important. A lot of the time people are like, hey, it's important to stay in character sometimes, even if you're not there for kids and stuff like that. I don't know how people feel about that, but I think that's really interesting. But yeah, that's it for our wrestling thing. Whose entrance did you like the most?
Good question. Of like the people we saw or in general?
Of the people we saw?
Of the people we saw. I mean, so Cody's is fun because I love the song is really good
Yo,
and
I know one line in that song, like me and the video of me and Nub, and I'm just like, whoa! I only know that part.
yeah, it's a really good song actually. I have it on Spotify. I've listened to it a bunch. So that's always fun to just. It's the fact that like his theme and like a couple other people's themes have become sing-alongs. Like a lot of the crowd was singing his theme, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just the whoa with it. Like it gets louder obviously because that's the part everybody knows. But there's a lot of fans who like know the song, so we're like singing along with it, and that part is especially fun. So for that reason, I like Cody's. But in terms of like, I guess the overall aesthetic and like theater element of it, I think Jade Cargill's is really cool because it gets
really
like this
cool.
spotlight on her. There's like snow effect, because
Yeah.
like a storm effect, whatever. Because she's I think that's her nickname or whatever it is. But and then she just has a presence, dude. She's freaking jacked. She's
Jazz, you see these people on TV and it's like one thing, but when you see them in person, you're like, whoa, that person is like ripped beyond like superhuman. It's insane.
Yeah, they have to be like.
Yeah.
How else do you get the camera to notice all the details? Like you have to be extra in real life for the camera to see it.
Yeah. No, that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah, but it's just like surprising to see them in person. Like even sometimes people are like, oh, they're like they seem maybe average size, or like they're you recognize they're big because they say their height and stuff. But then you see them in person, you're like, oh no, they're freaking huge. Like they're actually a giant, right? Like if you see the Big Show or something, I've seen the Big Show in person. And I was just like, oh my god, man is huge.
Yeah, that's cool. I really like Naomi's intro. With the black lights and the glow effect and stuff like that, and like the crowd chanting "Go, go, go, go." I thought that was really cool. So I really, really like that. Yeah. So that was my first wrestling experience. I highly recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think even if you don't watch wrestling, just to see the crowd just getting really into it, I thought that was really, really cool. And I would do it again. 10 out of 10. Let's go.
We still got to go to another a concert together again.
Yeah, I'm down, man. I'm down to do some concerts. I haven't been to a concert. Actually, I'm going to the We Were Young concert in Las Vegas. You want to go? I think Aisha has extra tickets.
When?
I don't know. October?
Maybe.
October? I think no, I think it's October. Yeah, it's in October. Do it,
okay,
Jazz.
Maybe.
Do it, Jazz. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, let's talk about what we got going on in nerd culture right now. And the big thing right now is Superman. What are your thoughts about Superman right now? We got some new set photos came out. Thought those were cool. Some more information came out about the movie. What are your thoughts? Nub, have you heard anything about it yet?
I have not heard this latest news or seen these new set photos.
Okay. So basically a lot of cool, like the costume leaked. I don't know how people feel about the costume. I am not a big fan, but there are rumors that it may not be his main costume. It may just be like a starter costume and he gets a new one at the end of the movie, like a lot of other movies and TV shows have done. I thought that would be cool. I didn't love the fit. Is and I don't mean that as like how the cool kids are saying it, like the fit. I just don't like the way it literally fits on his body. Like it
looks loose. Yeah,
it looks loose. It looks like cosplay a little bit, and I don't know. I guess like maybe we got spoiled because like Marvel and DC and all of these other superhero shows, they have like costumes that are like skin tight, whether they're using like padded muscles or whether they're using like real muscles. It looks good. It looks like what a comic book action superhero should look like. But then like even in real world, like we were talking about wrestling earlier, like you see like these wrestlers wear these outfits and like they fill out these outfits. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the way it looks.
I was trying to
Yeah,
find the photos, and then like this first article I look at, the person's literally like, "I'm not going to post the photos." I was like, "Well, thanks, great." So,
here. Let me share this for you.
okay, yeah. I was like, I'm looking. It's a process. You think it'd be easy? It's like new news. Okay.
Gotta zoom in.
Okay.
See, look at that.
Oh,
Like,
it kind of
it's
has like an old school, Superman look to it in terms of like.
I don't mind the look. I love the look. I love the color. I love the symbol. I think all of that's great. I don't understand why the shirt is loose. Like the pants are not loose. The pants are tight.
Right.
Why is the shirt loose? I don't understand. It looks like he doesn't fill out his suit. Like he's not like
Sure.
like he's buff. He's supposed to be Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. I guess I don't see it as much as you. I'm like, okay, it doesn't really look loose to me, but I guess I get what you're saying. But
I don't. Maybe Zack Snyder ruined it for the rest of us. Maybe he just ruined it for everybody, and that's what we expect, right? So who knows?
maybe. I mean, it might be they also might do something post, to just like kind of
That is true.
sharpen it.
That's a great point. It might look great in post. Yeah, I concede to that, and I would love to eat my words.
He looks great though, honestly. Like overall, like especially the hair and everything. Like it's very super. Like it fits. It's Superman.
Have you seen his hair as Clark Kent? Like they actually look like different people. This is like the first ever Superman and Clark Kent that actually look like two different people, which is what I really, really like. Like they have his hair, like he had bangs and his hair is a little curly and he has glasses. And honestly, you could probably not even realize that is the same person. And I was like, okay, I buy it. I buy the glasses.
See, I've never been bothered by the whole like they look the same kind of thing because I've literally seen people not recognize and it's happened to me where I just don't recognize someone just because of like a small difference, So I've never that's never been an issue for me, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Neebz wants to see the pecs and the abs through the suit.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be that buff.
I do. That's what he has to. I mean, he doesn't have to be buff, but he has to.
Why is it like these little it's just like the abs are just sticking out?
I know, it's so weird. But like even like Tyler Hoechman, who like is in the CW show, he's not a big guy. Like he's not like huge, but like his suit still looks fine. Like I'm okay with it. Like even like the Shazam suit had so much padding into it. But like I was like, all right, whatever. It's at least it looked like a superhero suit, right? It's fine. We'll figure it out. It probably works in the realm of like that world they're building, right? So we'll see, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's also one thing to see it as a photo and another thing to see it in action.
Yeah.
So like I said,
but I have to say, the other characters are so spot on. Like Lois Lane in the purple outfit looks exactly like Lois Lane in the cartoon. And then they have whatchamacallit, Michaela Hoover as Kent Grant. All I gotta say is damn. They have secured the bag with that character alone. Then there's another woman called Sarah Sampio as Miss Tessmacher. Damn. That's all I have to say. Like they casted some good people. I am so far every single person they casted I'm super into.
Yeah, this is Robert Pattinson's Batman.
That's not a real photo.
Shh. Just play along,
that
okay?
Photo is not real.
Just play along, all right? I want Robert Pattinson as Batman in this.
Though I do feel like Robert Pattinson would make a good Batman in this world. Like it fits into it. Like the way his character is drawn, I feel like that's pretty. That makes a lot of sense. So I would be okay with it. Yeah. So I don't know. Those were some of the Superman stuff. I thought that was really cool. There's also rumors that Chris Pratt might be in the Superman because they spotted him on the set of Superman, but they don't know if he was just visiting because he's friends with James Gunn
Everybody.
and everyone on the show. Exactly. And also like, he's probably going to be in the DC universe. Like I'm sure Chris Pratt. I mean, James Gunn is going to cast him as something. James Gunn is definitely one of the people that just like cast people he likes.
I just want
I believe it.
Batista as Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yo,
That'd be so good.
that would be pretty cool,
That'd be
actually.
so good.
Everybody.
Like, it just hit me right now. I was like,
Yeah.
because you were saying, oh, he probably will cast his friends. I was like, I know
Yeah.
him and Batista have a really good relationship. I was like, who could Batista play? Oh, Doomsday. That would be fantastic.
That's a great one. People already thought that he would make a perfect Bane, but I think he turned it down. Like, he didn't want to play Bane, but he would make a perfect Bane.
Bane would be dope, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. He was like,
Especially
I
if
was
they went like
born in the
Luchador.
darkness.
Well, especially if they went the Luchador version, right? Like as opposed to the Christopher Nolan version, like the Luchador version with the juice enhancement and everything like that.
He would make the perfect Bane.
He's already a wrestler. Like it's
He's
literally it's
right?
perfect.
Exactly. So I don't know. A lot of people
That would
have
be
said
fun.
that,
I
but that would
love
be cool. I wouldn't mind that as a wrestler. I think that would be really cool. I don't know who Chris Pratt would be, so that would be interesting. But I hope he doesn't like. He probably won't get cast as like a major person. Like God, I hope they don't cast Chris Pratt as Batman. That would be the bane of my existence.
Has it been confirmed or anything about like them being in separate universes? Like are they all standalone?
Well, the Robert Pattinson one and the James Gunn one are two different universes. So there's going to be a new Batman that's going to be in this universe, and that movie is going to be called Batman Brave and the Bold, and it's going to include Damian Wayne.
Interesting.
Brave and the Bold was a fun little series they did.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So we'll see that. Speaking of some fun little series, some Marvel news. Let's talk about Marvel real quick.
Fun little series.
Yeah, Agatha All Along has got some set picks, and people were like complaining about that show, and everyone was like, nobody asked for this. And to my answer to that is technically nobody asked for Iron Man, and look what happened. Someone says Chris Pratt could be Toyman. That could work.
Oh, I could see that. That would be cool, actually.
That would be really good. But Toyman is a Superman villain, so we would have to wait to see him in the next Superman villain. You know what? Yeah. Could be a little cameo.
They could have set it up, yeah. That's the thing. He could just because like we don't know what the story of this movie is, right? And so you could have him be like this C plot, or like literally like the opening of the film is like he's stopping, Toyman or something, right? You could just be like set it up, just like put him, in the world, and then maybe in the sequel, if there is one, that he becomes more prominent or is involved some way in this major plot. I don't know who the villain is. I actually haven't kept up with the news about all the like superhero stuff, so this is actually pretty interesting to hear.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Jumping mixed spasm. Yeah, that's a good one. I appreciate that. All right, that's cool. Back to Marvel stuff. Agatha All Along is coming out. People are hating on it, even though it hasn't really come up yet. I don't understand this whole thing of like hating shows before they come out. I feel like it's going to be a fun show, but the MCU people hate fun. They just want Endgame over and over and over again, right? They want the Endgame, the Spider-Man 3, the Wolverine and Deadpool, like the big event movies that take like years to build up. They want those in every single movie, which I'm like, listen, let people have their fun. It'll be fun. It's a small story with witches. It probably doesn't. It's not gonna matter. Just some content for Disney Plus. I don't think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I think you're going to tune in and you're going to watch it, and you're either going to enjoy it or you're not. Same thing with She-Hulk, man. I love She-Hulk. I know people hate it. But I think it's the most misunderstood show in all of MCU. Like, I've watched this show called Powerless, and it used to come on, I think, NBC, and it's basically about like normal people living in a world of superheroes, and it was just really, really fun, silly show. And that's how I really thought She-Hulk was. It was like a lawyer living in the world of like superheroes. Yes, Alan Tudyk's in it. It's so
He's
great.
always great.
Danny Putty's in it. Abed from what you call it, Community, and also the girl from High School Musical is in
Vanessa
it.
Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens.
I've never seen the show, but I remember seeing ads for it, and I was like, oh, I should check this out. And I just never got
It's
to
such
it.
a good show. It's really funny. It's low stakes. Nothing's canon. It's just there to be
That's fun.
fun. And I feel like that's what She-Hulk was. Even at the end, where they just like make fun of all the formulaic endings to every single show, it was kind of like a joke on itself.
Right.
People just didn't understand the show. Adam West was in that episode. I think he plays like a cousin of Bruce Wayne or something like that. It was really, really interesting. And I feel like that's what She-Hulk was, and it's kind of misunderstood. And I feel like Agatha all along is going to get the same treatment. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But shout out to Tatiana Maslany. She just came out, got an award, made sure to highlight the people of Palestine for it. I thought that was really cool. So we love her. And hopefully we get to see her again in the MCU in some way, shape, or another. Honestly, if the entire like She-Hulk series was like done by Deadpool, people would have loved it. Like, just replace the lawyer aspect with just being a mercenary, and like everybody would have loved that show. So like, I don't know. I think it's
no, but you wouldn't even have to replace the lawyer if Deadpool, as in like Wade Wilson, was a lawyer and was also this like loudmouth being Deadpool. People would have loved it because it's Deadpool, right? People just don't like. If they don't know something, they just automatically will write it off, unfortunately. And it's so funny because, as we all know, like She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall first, but whatever. It's all about Deadpool and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Blu-ray Dan in the comments on Instagram, and then people on TikTok are saying, I feel like Chris Pratt is going to end up being Booster Gold or Booster Gold's robot, which might be.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I don't get this obsession with Booster Gold. I'll be honest. I don't know why people are such a big fan of Booster Gold.
I'm just confused by that. Like, he's the most mid-hero ever.
Yeah.
The comics are just funny. I think people like the comedy aspect, right? It's one of those things where people are just like, all right.
Is because I don't remember now, but is Booster Gold getting a movie?
No.
Okay, I thought I remember hearing it. Maybe it's just people speculating, but I was just like,
not that I know of. I know there was talk about a movie a long time ago. That's before the DCU was scrapped.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. I'm remembering from all the way back when.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Booster Gold comes out with something. So that we'll see that. Other Marvel news, Eyes of Wakanda is a show that's coming out, and they talked about it a little bit. And basically, and I'm like, Eyes of Wakanda, what's it going to be? But it's actually about their like spies in the real world, and they're going to be getting artifacts back from other places that have stolen them. So they're gonna like, in the beginning of like Black Panther, where Killmonger's in a museum and he's like, you guys stole that from Wakanda. Like, how did your ancestors get it, right? Like, these things are not for sale. How do you think? So it's going to be basically, they're going to be going to these European places and other places and basically stealing back all these artifacts. But it's also going to have to do with the Greek gods, which is something that I don't love, because the Greek gods were basically introduced in Thor: Love and Thunder. And they kind of made it a joke. They kind of made it super silly. They kind of made it like, back then they kind of made the gods very serious. It was like, hey, I know people worship Thor as a god, but he's really just an alien. He's not a real god. But now they've come to the Taika Waititi did Thor: Love and Thunder, where you can actually see the gods, and worshiping is actually part of like their powers and stuff like that. So it's really weird because they have Zeus, they had like Baja, they had like other gods in there also, which I think was kind of weird. Like, when you started adding like real gods, like not real gods, but at least like, gods that people currently believe in, and you're throwing them there with like fictional mythology, that feels very icky to me. And I feel like it is a very easy to make a mistake. and upset a lot of people that way. So I don't know why Eyes of Wakanda are going to focus on the Greek gods and how they're going to do it. I don't really love it, but who knows? Maybe they can do a better job than Taika Waititi did.
I mean, do we want to mention the Carpenter in Thor: Love and Thunder?
I know that was yeah.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, how are you gonna like someone who promotes monotheism in a room full of other gods? It just makes it like icky, like not icky, but it just like I don't know, like why do it at all? Like
It's
why?
messy, yeah.
It's messy. That's the word I'm looking for. It's messy. I don't love that. I love like representation for people. Like I love Nightcrawler's Catholic, and we got also like Daredevil. Some people are atheists. We got Miss Marvel. We got tons of people who are religious. But then actually showing people's religions is a little weird to me. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll do a great job. Hopefully they will. I personally don't love it.
I'm with you on that. I don't personally love it either, but we'll see.
All right, we'll see.
It's just a tough line to walk. So why put yourself in that position? You know, like maybe they can do it, but like it's a big risk, right? And so it's like you don't need to do it. So why are you doing it?
Exactly. All right. Speaking of things we don't know why they're doing it, Rachel Zegler confirms that Disney Snow White is done with its reshoots, which is interesting. That's a movie where I feel like a lot of people are not going to go and support, but for different reasons. Because the woke crowd does not want to watch it because they don't like Rachel Zegler because of like one or two interviews that were misconstrued and turned into this huge thing. And then other people don't want to go see it because the Gal Gadot and her being pro-genocide and stuff like that. So it's getting hit from both sides. And what's really interesting is that if the movie doesn't do well, what's going to happen is the woke crowd, anti-woke crowd, is going to claim that like it's because the movie is woke that it's not going to do well, which is never the case. I feel like being woke is never why a movie doesn't do well. It's usually it's not well written. And if you think a movie is not well written for people of color and minorities, then you should be championing that people of color and minorities get better written script, not that they don't be in movies. Like, I don't understand that.
Come on, dude. We know what it really is.
It's racism.
I mean, yeah. What you highlight is just racist math. That's how it works. Right?
Yeah, it's racist math.
Bad movie because woke means less movies with quote unquote wokeness. That's their equation there. It's not bad movie of like or bad representation of diverse characters means we should get better representation. It's the opposite. It's just don't have them.
But the show could be woke as fuck. But all you got to do is throw a little gore in there and make the main lead white, and nobody notices. Like, it took 4 seasons for people to notice that The Boys is woke. Like, the entire show is about consumerism, capitalism, and all of this stuff. And now they're like, you know what? Now that they're like blatantly being on the nose, they're like, wait a second. This show is getting woke now. Like, no, bro. It's always been woke.
It's been woke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Yeah. So once it's about accuracy because Snow White is suddenly everyone's favorite movie. Like, yeah, Snow White is suddenly everyone's favorite movie. Please don't ruin my favorite movie. Like, it's so weird. Nothing makes people talk about how they loved an insignificant character than changing the race of that character or having that character say something that's not canon. Because have you seen The Acolyte? There's like this loser character who's I don't even know their name, Ki Mundi, whatever. And
Ki Mundi, yeah.
And he is like the biggest topic of like Star Wars for the last 2 weeks because he said a line and people can't like figure out like why that line makes sense anymore. And I'm like, oh, all these people are suddenly experts in this like random loser character.
I wouldn't call him a loser, but I get what you say. I agree that like they find the thing that they don't like about it, so they can use it as an excuse, right? It's like, oh, like you know, the science of mermaids mean they wouldn't, you know, get sun. Like I'm just like, bro, they're fiction. They're not real. Why are you arguing science of a fictional character?
And the interesting thing is that Snow White came out in like the 60s, right? So like to be around the 60s when like this came out, you would have to be literally like 58 years old. Like if this was your childhood movie, like you would have to be 50 years old. Like other people have
You'd be in
seen
your
it
60s.
like 60s, right? Other people, yeah, you probably have seen it as a kid, but like there has been so much more advancement by that time. Like it probably didn't hold up as well as some of the current movies you're watching, like Lion King or, you know, Toy Story. So like to act like it's your favorite movie is kind of like, all right, come on, let's be real. You know, you can say she's your favorite Disney princess, sure, but I mean, we'll see. But that's that movie. Another movie that we want to talk about is John Wick Ballerina. Some stuff that's came out about that. I didn't know they were making another John Wick movie, but it's
Oh my gosh.
but I think it's a prequel, and Ana de Armas is in it, which kind of hard to say no to. She is the new It
Fair.
girl. She is the new Margot Robbie. So you know you cannot hate on that, but I think it's going to be a prequel because Keanu Reeves is in it, apparently.
I love John Wick,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with it right now.
I mean, John Wick is the no thoughts, head empty, just go into the theater and watch a bunch of good action scenes and then come out getting exactly what you paid for.
Yep, I'm okay with it. And if I get this formula again, great.
But now they're just doing it with the woman. So the ballerina.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. So
I
we'll
don't
see.
know. I was a huge fan of John Wick, and then like I watched the fourth one, and it's kind of made me sour on the entire series.
What happened to the fourth one? Is that the one he falls off the thing?
Yeah, so when he goes down the
Yeah.
stairs, and I'm just like, bro, I am not watching you go up these stairs again. I was just like, no, but also it's 3 hours, and like it just gets really repetitive for me at least. Of just like he's just killing people, and at this point he's literally just shooting everybody. Like in the first 1 and 2, he was like being a bit more creative with how he was killing people. At this point, it's literally just shootouts all the time. I'm like, I can only watch bullets flying so much. Like this is not, for me at least, interesting.
Hey man, bullets are awesome.
Listen.
Well, it's also, so this is the other thing is, so this whole build up for this fourth film was literally to fight like a middle management dude. It wasn't to actually like fight the table, the high table. It was this middle management dude. And I was just like, what is the point of this?
That is true. That is true.
You're thinking too deep into this, man. Just enjoy it, okay?
Like I said, it's a no thoughts, head empty movie, bro.
Fair enough,
Yep.
but I couldn't, you know. So this is the other thing is I'd seen all three, like in the first three in theaters, and then the fourth one I wanted to, I didn't get to do it for whatever reason. So like finally when it was out on streaming, I actually watched all four like in one weekend. So that also is probably an issue because I was just like consumed like 12 hours of John Wick just shooting people, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done at the like first hour of this fourth film. There's a lot.
Yeah, John Wick is not a movie that I would take my girlfriend to or anything like that. It's kind of just like
definitely a movie for the bros just to veg out. You know, it's a random Thursday night or something. You just go out, just watch it.
Yeah, you go watch it with your boys, and then you eat pancakes later at a diner.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah. I guess they kind of tricked me because they were doing all the stuff with like this underworld of assassin like network and stuff. So I was like, oh, there's like something more to it, but it's really not. There's not really more to it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, yeah. And you know, the ending was a little like, oh, he did all that for what?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's one of those things. I get that, but they're expanding this universe, so we'll see. Let's see what Ana de Armas does it.
Have you watched the Continental?
No, has that already come out? I remember hearing about
I
that.
believe so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it came out. Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about it, so I
Oh,
couldn't tell you.
someone just mentioned that in TikTok. Yeah, someone says there was a prequel about the hotel. It came out. Wow, no one's talked about it. Maybe we should check it out. I will definitely check it out.
I haven't
Where's-
seen it, so I don't know.
I will check it out. Yeah, I mean, let's see what
I can
happens.
go watch it.
Yeah, I'll go watch it. Let's do it.
So-
All right. So we got that. Speaking of kung fu or gun fu, Cobra Kai comes out July 18th, which I'm super excited
Wait,
about.
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Should we cover Cobra Kai on the show? Because I really want to. I really love
Dude,
that show.
I love Cobra Kai. And I have to rewatch all 5 seasons before the final season. I've been waiting for this release. So
Yeah. Yo, Cobra Kai is so good. What's that one old guy who's in it? What is he called? The Viper or something? Ugh, I forgot what he was called. Mongoose or Viper or something. I forgot what he's called.
not the you mean the guy who's like he's like an adult but part of the Cobra Kai.
He's an adult, but he's part of a kids
Yeah.
karate league.
I think Viper might be it. It's been a while. I haven't watched the show, since the season 5 came out, which was like
Yeah.
last year or something.
Yeah.
So
They said Cobra Kai is only 5 episodes, and I think the final
wow.
part is in early 2025. Oh wow! Oh, Stingray. He was called Stingray.
Stingray.
Shout out to Sumberton in the comments.
Somerton. Oh, are they doing 2 parts for
Did
I
you
guess
call it
so,
some
yeah.
Berthan?
Sumberton means it means some dishes in
Yeah.
Urdu.
Yeah, that's
No, it's
so
more like
good.
cookingware. Like,
Yeah.
Cookware. Yeah.
I accept both.
Sumberton says that there's 3 parts actually, so we'll see.
What?
They're really dragging this out. These guys are going to be adults when the
I
show comes
know.
out. Still playing high schoolers.
They probably
love it.
already are adults. Like,
Yeah. One of them is like Blue Beetle now, right? So
yeah.
it's crazy.
Sholo.
Yeah.
Sholo. He's great. I love him.
Yeah. Speaking of 3 parts, The Bear season 3 just dropped. So that's going to be interesting. I heard this season isn't as good as the other 2, but I heard the writing is still pretty good. I don't know if you have seen The Bear, but I highly recommend the first 2
I'm
seasons.
in the middle of season 1 right now. It's so good.
Oh, so good. It makes me want to never work in a restaurant.
Yep.
Ever.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but Maria's talked a lot about it, so it's like on my potential list because like she talks about it a lot, she posts about it a lot, so I just keep seeing things about it. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
All right. Cool. The Bear had the cameo you won't see coming. Someone says, "Ooh, now I gotta see." So I don't want that
Ooh.
spoiled.
All right, I gotta catch up on it.
Damn. Watch it be like Samuel L. Jackson, and he's like, "I'm putting together a team of cooks." Oh, man.
I welcome it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So The Bear season 3. And then the other thing that's coming out this week was The Quiet Place Day 1
Oh,
with Lupita and
just
Joseph.
releasing.
Yeah. So
I
shout out.
forgot about that one. Yeah.
A lot of my friends went to the premiere, which I no longer get invited to, which might be because of some.
Why is that?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I'm not a big fan of genocide. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not getting invited anymore. Or who knows?
Yeah, Neebs, quit saying things.
I know. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Be like the rest of the world and just turn a blind eye to it.
yeah. Whatever. It's interesting because like for some people it's like you're doing too much, and then for others it's like you're not saying enough, and it's hard to find a middle. Like I don't want to turn this into a political podcast, but like it's something I care about.
Yeah. No,
You can't please everybody with it, man. Just do what you got to do best. That's all I gotta say to it.
you really do what feels
If you want
right
to talk
for you.
politics, let me tell you about the fact that I'm on the DNC rules committee for the convention. So if anything does happen, I get to make the rules for things.
Ooh,
Nice.
interesting. Jab,
Guys, dropping the gavel.
since you're on the DNC, hope.
I'm on the rules committee for the convention. I'm not DNC.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Because like, I'm probably going to vote Jill Stein. Sorry, bro.
I mean, bruh, like,
Somehow, I mean, I'm not voting for the one person who's like saying genocide bad, bro.
All a mess.
Sorry,
It's
bro.
all a mess.
Do what you got to do.
Have you guys seen the debate? That debate was wild.
I did not see it. I've seen some clips. But...
Oh, that was wild. It looked like they were like little mouses inside of a robot bite and doing the controls. They were trying to figure out how to run it.
Dude, honestly, from what I've seen, it's similar to like because WWE has done these before where they do like debate segments.
Yeah.
And it's probably like very similar to that. It's just so bad and so like manufactured and phony and just ridiculous at the same time. I imagine it's all of that.
It was rough to watch. I don't want to make Jazz nervous. We can move on. We can talk about something else.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I'm contractually obligated to support all Democrats. That's all I can say.
That's fine. And I'm like, F them, no. F anyone that is pro genocide. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, let's go. All right. So we have 15 minutes. And Nav, you have never been on our show on the weekly episodes, but for the last 15 minutes, what we do is something we call nerd facts. And basically, I read off the facts and I react to them. And then Jazz react to them, and then you'll react to them, and then you'll all call me stupid for my comments. That's really what happens because I don't know a lot of facts.
Oh, I got you.
But I learned.
Okay.
All right, are we ready? Are we ready for nerd facts, guys?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right. Did you know it cost $20,000 per football game to broadcast the yellow line? That yellow line alone cost $20,000.
I believe it.
That's crazy.
I believe it. That's just absurd, though.
You know, do they still do this in hockey where they have like the puck, but it's like glowing so you can follow it a little better? I remember they used to do that.
I think they discontinued that. Yeah, it's the same company that does the yellow line.
Yeah,
and nobody wanted to pay for like everything, so that's
like,
what it is.
It makes so much sense because I can never see where the puck is when I'm watching hockey. Like whether it's live or whether it's on TV, I'm just like they could be hitting nothing and pretending there's a puck there, and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Honestly, I would love to watch that though. I would love to watch a bunch of people pretending to hit a puck and like treating it like a whole game is going on, and there's nothing on the ice though. It's just them there. Like
that puck moves so fast. I'm like, what puck? What the puck? Like I don't get it.
What the puck?
What the puck? All right, guys. That's what we should call the game. There's no puck. It's called What the Puck. We just pretend. It's like wrestling. It's like scripted. Yeah. All right.
I would love to see that too, now that you say it.
I know. It'd be so cool. All right. Next fact. Did you know during the 1909 World's Fair in Seattle, a baby was given away in a raffle?
What?
What the fuck? Wait, Jazz, you got to fact check this. I don't believe this.
Wait, where are you pulling these facts from?
Yo, they're from a company called Oh My God Facts.
Oh, okay. 1909.
In 1909.
Seattle World's Fair baby raffle. Oh my God.
What's the baby's name? I want to know who took him. Imagine putting him in a raffle in and you get a baby.
Wait, but imagine putting the baby up for raffle in the first place.
Also weird. Like, that's also weird.
Okay.
Raffle you can, but it's not to be like, hey, we're gonna raffle off this baby.
We need context. Jazz, give it the context.
Okay. So there's a newspaper called the Newport Miner, and
of course it's a minor.
M-I-N-E-R, not M-I-N-O-R.
Oh,
okay. Anyways. All right. So Seattle, a baby boy 1 month old. The charge of the Washington Children's Home Society was one of the prizes offered at the exposition. His name is Ernest, and maybe he will have a surname if the winner holding the proper ticket comes to claim him. L.J. Covington, in charge of the society booth in the agriculture building, said that no one had claimed the baby. The winner will not know what the prize is when he comes to the booth, and Mr. Covington is anxiously waiting to see what will happen when the ticket holder makes a discovery.
Oh my God.
1909 was wild. So imagine, like, okay, they raffled off a baby, but they don't even tell the person who wins the raffle what they're winning, and it's like surprised it's a baby.
Yep.
That's like a movie that somebody wrote in the 80s. Like,
There's got to
oh,
be more. There's got to be more like history about this person named Ernest.
and he
like-
grew up to be Ernest from the movies. Ernest Goes to Jail.
Okay,
Ernest
and then
Goes to-
according to this article, a few months later, no one claimed the winning ticket for the baby.
Jeez.
Wow. Imagine somebody winning you and being like, "Nah, I'm good." You would have.
Apparently, you weren't even wanted by. Jeez, I'm not even gonna go. That's messed up.
Damn.
Well, I can't confirm this, but allegedly the baby was Chinese, so maybe that's why, because racism is rampant.
Chinese baby, come on, bro.
Oh no, he was half Chinese.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Ernest is.
Damn. Yeah, Ernest is not a Chinese name. I was like, wow,
Yeah, well,
damn.
this got real weird and
Yeah,
dark
this
real
is
quick.
such a what? Wow, that's so
Wow.
insane. I want to know what this person's life was like.
Yeah.
Like that's
I want to know everything that happened to them. Why is
Right.
there a movie about this person?
that's what I'm saying.
It is. There is a movie. It's called Ernest Saves Christmas. Have you guys ever seen those Ernest movies back in the day? I used to love those.
No,
They're probably terrible, but as a kid, I love them. I don't know why.
no, I've never seen them.
All
Oh
right,
my
next
gosh.
fact. Next fact.
All right,
Okay, this
now-
may have likely been a hoax.
Oh, thank God. So baby was
Yeah.
raffled, but it was fake. Like the whole thing
Well,
happened. but
no.
it was a hoax.
The whole thing may not have actually happened. I think it may have just been a joke or something that people found a newspaper clipping of it way later, but didn't realize it was like, a thing.
Oh, hopefully. All right, good. That's
Yeah.
what
Well,
we
your book is incorrect, or your
Well, we found a few things incorrect in the book, but
Ah.
but we also fact check. We also fact check these, so so that way we're not leading people astray. All right. Next one. Most pelicans don't dive bomb their prey. They scoop it up while treading along on the water surface.
Mm.
To increase their chances of success, the birds occasionally form hunting parties, gathering in a U shape and beating their wings on the water to coral fish into a tight cluster and drive them into the shallows. So instead of the flying V, they do the flying U in the water. Little Mighty Ducks reference.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's exactly the second you said a U shape, I was like, oh, not the flying V.
Not
Okay,
the flying V.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I love the Mighty Ducks.
Hershey's Kiss got its name from the puckering sound made by the manufacturing equipment as the chocolate was dropped onto the conveyor belt. Oh,
That is
Okay.
good to know, actually.
Sure.
Oh, have you ever like done that thing as a kid where you're in high school and you ask a girl if she wants a kiss, and then if she says no, you show her like a Hershey's Kiss and then try to play it off like you never asked her for a kiss in real life? No, me neither. I've
never done that.
I've never done
Absolutely
No,
not.
I've never.
that. Absolutely.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. But yes, that's why they're called.
I would
Hershey's
never have the courage to do that. That's the other thing, is I would never have the guts to do that.
Yeah.
Even if in my mind I was gonna pull out the kiss, even if I like that was the plan all along, I still would be like, no, this is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. Don't do it. I'd also probably
Yeah.
eat the Hershey's.
I want some
before.
milk chocolate now. I hate that you did this, man.
It's so good. So I don't ever eat chocolate. Like if I get milk chocolate, what I like to do is like there's these special chocolates and they're called Don't Chew. And you can only get them in the winter at Bryant Park in New York. And there's a special chocolate. And what you do is you take these milk chocolates, you put them in your mouth, but you don't chew. You push them against the roof of your mouth and let it melt. And
Such
it's
a
so good.
process.
It's called Don't Chew chocolate. It's
Oh.
so good. And you can
What
only get
happens
them.
That
you
just
chew?
sounds dumb.
I mean, you can, but that's not the way
Oh.
you experience it. It's like it's made in a way that the temperature in your mouth makes it melt, and it just like tastes better that way. It's called Don't Chew.
I don't know. It's too much of a
No one tells me
process.
how to eat chocolate.
All right. I like them. All right, next.
I will inhale chocolate if I want to.
That's what I'm saying. It's too much of a
Oh.
process.
Whoa, can you smoke chocolate?
You know,
Yeah, there's got to be chocolate hookah, right?
so there is a flavor, and I've had it. They do have something called like a mint chocolate chill flavor, It's like a mint chocolate, and
Someone injected into my veins.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, jumpy mixed spasm. Yes, thank you. Somebody gets it.
I love that
crazy,
line.
man.
That's a very popular line from The Simpsons, and I love that like almost 20 years later, people are still using that. Injected into my veins.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that's awesome. All right, did you know the oldest recipe in existence? What do you think it's a recipe for?
I don't know, a soup maybe.
A soup? Okay. No. What are your thoughts?
Oldest recipe in existence.
By the way, Sunburton Sith, I've never talked to a girl when we were talking about that kiss thing. That's really funny.
I don't know if this counts as a similar thing. I was gonna say a stew, but is that something as soup? Like I don't know.
You guys are good, but it's actually beer. Beer is actually what we have the
Okay,
oldest
then
recipe.
I guess
in
I
the
shouldn't have
world
been
for.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks, right? Like
Yeah.
Which is
everything
interesting.
else, like you could pretty easily figure it out, right? Like
Yeah.
soup, stews, same base recipe.
Yep.
But beer, yeah, you got to go through a process for that. So that
Yeah, because
tracks.
like everything that people make, they could probably just like orally like hand down a recipe and you can just remember it. Whereas like beer is like I don't think it's an oral process, right? Like you like
I
it's
mean,
probably,
I don't
probably
know.
too complicated. I
Bro,
don't know.
you were asking the wrong two
Yeah,
people.
no,
Then.
I was like, I think we're the
Yeah.
wrong people to be talking about.
All three of us don't drink. We're
Yeah.
trying to figure out. No worries. This is the last podcast. I should be talking about it. It's so funny.
I was just like,
I know there's something to do with yeast and fermentation. Like I don't know what to tell you, man. Like
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about how beer is made. I thought beer you just put in barrels and just like wait, they just magically turns into beer.
okay, I know enough. I've been watching this guy on TikTok who makes like mead, which is like
What the hell is mead?
honey. It's like I don't know exactly. I'm guessing it's something like a beer, but like a wine, but like halfway, but made with honey. Okay, that's how I think a mead is. Anyways,
oh my God.
how it works. There's yeast in water, and yeast will ferment with sugars. So that's you put some type of sugar in there. In this case, honey, and then stuff happens, and you get alcohol in the water mixture. Then you filter it out, and you have a drink.
You got someone in the comments just
Explaining it to us.
Mead is a unique class of alcoholic beverage characterized by 3 ingredients: fermented honey, water, and yeast.
See?
Right.
Exactly what I said.
Well, let's immediately change the subject.
That was the best moment.
All right. Did you know the longest distance ever traveled to buy a book is 3,950 miles? Emerson Sparks flew from Chicago to London to buy the 5th Harry Potter book.
What a nerd.
Straight up, what a nerd. My God.
Was it because it came out like a week before and you didn't want
Oh,
spoilers?
maybe it came out
Yeah.
in England
Yeah.
earlier than they just couldn't wait, I guess.
Yeah, and now J.K. Rowling is a transphobe, so that makes you a transphobe by association.
No, I imagine. I don't know if either of you all have seen that video. That was it was like the release of the 6th Harry Potter book, right? And
Yeah.
like there's like a premiere, like release and everything. People are going to buy the book, and like someone gets the book, and someone drives by
Yes.
and just yells out, "Snape kills Dumbledore."
Yeah,
So maybe they wanted to avoid that scenario, which is why they flew all the way to London like a psychopath.
that makes sense. Did you see? I've seen a car that put Snape kills Dumbledore on the spoiler. I thought that
That's
was
really
so
good.
clever.
Yeah,
You put a
That's
spoiler-
good.
Yeah, they put a spoiler on your spoiler.
that's smart. That's brilliant.
I think
What was
that's
it? Dumbledore dies on page 593 or 693? I can't remember. It's one of those.
I don't know.
something like that. Something like
I
that.
read 6 of the 7 books, and
All
I
right.
don't remember
All right,
anything about them.
We got 3 more to go. Humans don't just shrink with age. We shrink actually every day. Humans shrink and regain height daily, sometimes as much as 3/4 of an inch in one day. When we move throughout the day, the fluid disc in our spinal column compresses and we shrink. When we rest at night, our backbones reabsorb the fluid and our height comes back. So I need to go on a date early as possible so I can be as tall as possible when I go on dates. I need
Yeah,
those
you gotta
inches.
do those morning dates. You know, like
Yeah, we gotta do morning dates from now on, guys. We're shorter at night. We gotta do morning dates.
yeah, do a
Do
nice.
y'all not know about this?
No,
Morning dates are the best.
no. The only morning dates
I mean, how
I
do you
know
get
about
it
are the ones that are to be continued from the night before.
Exactly. Anyways, no, like morning dates are always way more fun. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like at night everybody's always tired from like working the day and whatnot. Like, no, like go early when you're fresh, like you're happy,
That's
Yeah.
fair.
go on your date. Then if it goes well, the rest of your day is gonna go well, and you do even better
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
But if it goes poorly, then the rest of your day is going to be atrocious.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You know, so
yeah,
like at
well,
least
my boss can deal with that later. Okay.
at least if you have a bad day at night, you can just go home and go to sleep or do whatever
Yeah.
you do at home. You know,
Yeah, sleep it off.
yeah. So I mean, I see the merit though, and I agree. Like, you're more ideally, both people be more energized in like early morning, or, like early afternoon.
Coffee date in the morning, and then get your bagel and go to work. It's great.
I don't know. All I know is I'm taller in the morning, apparently. So I gotta reestablish how I do all my dates.
Yeah, just put that on your profile.
Yeah.
Morning dates only.
No, I'll be like, I'm 5'10" and a half in the morning and 5'10" at night. All right, guys.
Hey man, every inch and half inch counts. Okay.
Yeah, everything counts. All right, guys. Next one. Newborn babies cry, but they have no tears. Their tear ducts aren't formed until they are a month old.
That's actually pretty
Ah.
wild.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, but like because of my cousin just had a kid too, so I was just like thinking about
Yeah,
crying. I'm like, huh, yeah, they don't have tears,
They don't
but it doesn't.
I have a niece and nephew, and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember them like crying. That
Right.
makes a lot of sense.
Also, like they probably don't have tear ducts because they probably need as much moisture as possible to make sure they don't they stay alive.
They'll
It's
shrivel up and just.
it's so interesting, like the human body, how it works, because it's just like, oh, you just don't have tear ducts. Like what?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have tear ducts?
It's like you got this new body, but your tear ducts are on layaway. Just wait a
Yeah,
month.
exactly.
and you'll get them.
They'll be delivered to you. Yeah, like 2 days.
It's like Amazon Prime. They'll come in 2 days.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's so wild.
flamingos are born with gray feathers, which turn pink from their diet of eating shrimp.
Wait,
Interesting.
that
I've
all
never
they-
seen a gray flamingo though.
because they're all eating shrimp. Apparently, that's what I'm wondering. Is that all they eat? Like, is it just?
What if you feed them?
Oh
like-
my god,
What
they're
if we
they're
eat
real.
shrimp? Do we turn pink if we eat a lot of shrimp? Then
I heard if you eat a lot of oranges, you could turn orange. I saw that in an episode of Arthur.
That doesn't sound right.
What are you
I
talking about?
know you. can
PW would never lie to me. What do you mean?
PBS, yeah, PBS would never tell you the lies. I've seen a Violet turn violet. You know, so I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh, someone said it was a Magic School Bus, not Arthur. Okay, maybe you're right. Damn, good memory.
and carrots. Yeah,
Oh my god, carotene is a yellow or orange hued skin due to high carotene levels in the blood.
See, told you. PBS does
so
not.
can you turn pink? Now that's my question. If I eat a lot of shrimp, I don't really love shrimp, so it's not like I will. But now I'm curious.
Wait, what can we eat to get white privilege? How does that work? What's white?
Sir, the product you're looking for is called Fair and Lovely, and for men it's called Fair and Handsome.
No, we need to eat it. Someone said it was on an episode of Scrubs or and House. I believe they're right. It was I think it was the musical episode of Scrubs. I love Scrubs. Scrubs is one of my favorite shows of all time. Also, by the way, you know what you call it, the fictional hospital that's based on House, Princeton Plainsboro Hospital, is where I got my deviated septum done.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my claim to House. Shout out to House.
1 degree of separation to the
One
show.
degree- When did
You should play
Yeah,
that
yeah.
game. Try to find degrees of separation to like shows and movies.
Oh, that's so good. I was.
Mm.
Oh my god, that's a great game.
Wait, wouldn't it max out at 6 degrees because of Kevin Bacon?
Yeah,
Wait, how? But we would have to like be in like we would have to like know Kevin Bacon.
No. I think what
Oh,
Nova was
what-
getting
what-
at was like how we connect shows to other shows, and allegedly every show can be connected to another show through Kevin Bacon within 6 degrees.
Oh, I thought you mean compared to us, like we can be connected
No,
to the show.
no, that's what I was saying. I was saying that, Neebs.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that would just be a fun thing to do of just like
Yeah,
you know.
because based on how many celebrities you have met, you can actually be like, oh, this
Yeah,
person
or
was-
like you like this fact you gave, right? Like this random thing. Like we're from, we're from I'm
from
from
Labor,
New
yeah.
York. So
Yo,
like it's like Spider-Man, right? Like Spider-Man's from
Yo,
Queens.
somebody in the comments drop a name of a show or a movie. Let's see if we can do this real quick. All right. And then I'm gonna read the last comment. Somebody in either on Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube. Somebody drop
Yeah,
a
let's see how
movie,
far
TV
it's
show,
going.
and we'll see if we can do it. All right, I'm gonna read the last comment while we wait for that someone to drop it. 67% of dog owners buy holiday gifts for their pets.
I would
This is
have
true, I do.
expected it to be higher.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would expect it to be in the 90s.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right. Someone says the bear. All right. The bear.
I don't know enough about the bear to like actually.
So
Where does it take place?
I don't know,
Like,
but
fictionally.
I've eaten a sandwich in Chicago. Oh, I have it. Oh my god. So the bear stars the guy from Shameless, right? Lip.
Yes.
Lip
Jeremy
was in
Allen
it.
White.
Yes, Jeremy Allen White was on Shameless with the main girl, Fiona. Right?
Yes.
I saw Fiona and her fiance, the guy who made Mr. Robot, at a restaurant in Westfield, New Jersey.
Okay then.
There you go.
Whoa, that was crazy. That was crazy.
It's another show I haven't seen, so I can't even. I don't know the logistics of Dexter.
Dexter. All right, so Dexter. I don't know, but I can't believe I got the bear one. That was crazy.
That's
Crazy.
pretty spot on, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
crazy.
3.
Westfield, New
I think
Jersey.
3 degrees, 2 or 3. Those two. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Dexter. Who else was in Dexter? Let's see. Dexter has a lot of stars.
Well, the main guy was in The Crown. I don't know if that helps.
Oh, The Crown. Wait, I think Matt Smith was in The Crown. Is Matt Smith in The Crown?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Who's in The Crown?
I'm telling you, you can make this a segment.
Wait, I can
Matt
do
Smith's
this.
in The Crown. Matt
Smith-
Smith's in The
I
Crown.
met
We got this.
I met Matt Smith.
Okay, there we go. I knew it.
Whoa, we got it. Hold on, there's one more. Breaking Bad. Someone says Breaking Bad. All right. Who is in Breaking Bad?
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul's in Breaking
Bryan
Bad.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston's in there. I definitely have met somebody from Bryan Cranston, right? Bryan Cranston was in Power Rangers. I've definitely met a Power Ranger.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
So Bryan Cranston met a Power Ranger, and I had a small TikTok beef with one of the Power Rangers on TikTok, and we both replied to each other's messages. He was in my comment section, and we had a little bit of an argument.
Well, I was gonna say. So Bryan Cranston, his name was used for Billy Cranston, the Blue Ranger,
Yes,
played by
you're right.
David Yost. I met David Yost at New York Comic Con. So
See, look at that. You got one too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Well,
this
I
is crazy.
4 of the 6.
And I know you
Rangers.
guys, so I'm connected.
Yeah.
That is true. Jazz knows us, so he's connected to all of these too.
Connecting to the stars is the name of the segment. Yeah.
That's crazy. The Matt Smith one and the Bear one was solid. The Bryan Cranston one was good too. Solid, man. Someone says I met Jason David Frank. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. R.I.P. to Green Ranger.
I met
Definitely
him
the best.
too. I met 4. I met the 4 of the original 6 Rangers at Comic Con in like 2017. So I met Austin St. John, who plays the
Yeah.
Red Ranger, David Yost, who plays Blue, Walter Jones, who plays Black Ranger, and Jason David Frank, who plays Green. Actually, you know what's insane about that is, so I was waiting in line for Austin St. John, the Red Ranger,
Yeah.
right? And it's like maybe 5-10 minutes before his like booth opens, and he's like walking down the line saying hi to everybody.
Yeah.
And he gets to me and he goes, "So I know you're not Muslim, but like, tell me about your faith." I was like, "Okay, cool." For the next 10 minutes, I literally told him about the Sikh faith, right? And it was just
nice.
like, he was like really interested. So then, whatever, he's like, "I gotta go back to my table. The booth's opening up." I get to the booth and he's like, I take my photo and all that. And he's like, "Hey, would you be cool with me putting you on my Instagram?" I was just like, I just want you to explain the faith. I was like, okay. So there's a video of me on his Instagram talking about the sick faith. Now it is a little iffy because the dude's a bit, well, maybe you don't know, but he's had some.
He started a
things.
clothing brand with quotes, and some of the quotes are from questionable mustache
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
If you
I'm
know
pretty sure he removed it at this
Oh.
point, but yeah, it was just and he also had like an issue with the law for I think it had some kind of, I don't know, it wasn't like something super major in terms of like, but it was just still so yeah, it's questionable now, but like back then I was like super hyped.
Yeah, I would be super hyped too. That was pretty cool.
Respect.
Hopefully he wasn't trying to exploit you or something, or try to use you as a token friend and be like, by the way, he probably said something offensive about like a certain faith, and then he's like, look, I have a little token sneak friend here.
Not to
Hopefully-
my knowledge.
Hopefully it
that
wasn't anything like
yeah,
that.
I hope that wasn't like
Hopefully
just
that
like
wasn't
something he didn't tell me about. It was like, I got this guy now. I can.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All right, cool. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Nub, let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, Nav the Poet, NAV the Poet at on Instagram and TikTok, pretty much everywhere. But like those are the two main platforms I use. So I've Googled myself before. So if you Google Nav the Poet, you'll find all my stuff.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Nice.
so much, and everybody, don't forget to like, share, comment,
Wait.
subscribe.
Wait.
What?
Neebz. Did you see Coldplay and Glastonbury, the clips they just posted?
No.
Oh, you should.
Ooh, send that over to me. Send it over to me.
Okay. If you don't know, they got Michael J. Fox to play the guitar solo.
That's so cool. He can still
And
play.
the song
yo.
was "Fix You" because Parkinson's, and yeah, it was really good.
So good. By the way, I met Michael.
Yeah,
J.
we can't play it online, unfortunately. They do have a copyright, and every time we play music from somebody else, we get in trouble. But
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it, definitely check out Coldplay's Glastonbury performance of "Fix You" with Michael J. Fox. It was really good.
That was cool. That's
Interesting.
cool. Love it. Love it. By
Mhm.
the way, man, also met Michael J. Fox, and I've met whatchamacallit, Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was really crazy. But that's really all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Give us a good review. We don't have that many reviews on Apple Podcasts. So if you have an Apple phone, go on Apple Podcasts and say, hey, that guy, Neebz, I like the cut of his jib. I don't know what a jib is, but apparently that's what people say. Anyways, thank you. So, someone says I share the same birthday as Michael J. Fox. That's awesome. Shout out to you, Jumpy.
Oh, I thought they were talking about the wrestler MJF.
Oh,
There's a wrestler named MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who actually lives in Plainview, which is not too far from where I live.
Oh, that's funny.
He's from Long Island, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, shout out to him as well. And until next time, guys, Salaam, nerds.